The Joe Rogan Experience.
Well, this is the whole theory on why kids should see gentle porn. Because
gentle,
you know what I mean? Because I grew up with finding a Playboy magazine and then just batting off to it until I found another magazine that was, kids today are going straight to internet. They're going to be fucked.
Oh, yeah, do Australian guys find their magazines in the woods as well?
Yeah, oh yeah. In the bush we find them. Yeah,
isn't that incredible?
And I always used to think that some adults hidden it here, but I look back at it. No, just some other kid hid it there in the bush.
Part of the simulation. Yeah, it was programmed that way.
Yeah, it's almost like it grew there. You're supposed to find it. It's native to that environment.
I remember masturbating so young. I was about 7 years old.
7.
And I found this picture. My mother was the only woman in the house. I went through one of her magazines. So we didn't have underwear catalogs sitting around like a Victoria's Secret catalog or something like that would have been good. But I found this picture in my mum's women's magazine. It was just a naked tit in it. And this magazine never had a naked tit in it before, right? So I cut this picture out. I masturbated to this picture from about 7 till 10.
Just
right?
one tit?
Just this one tit, right? And I found out at 10, because I was watching the news, it was a picture of a woman having a mammogram.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I didn't know as a kid, and I used to think, because the other tit was in a machine being squeezed down, and I was like, that must be some sex machine.
It's amazing that kept your interest for so long.
Yeah, I stole the lingerie thing out of the Sears catalog from my friend's mom's Sears catalog, and I used to keep it and I put it in my books and hide it in a book and pull it out and look at it and masturbate and shit.
I remember
the lingerie, in the catalogs, the old catalogs when you used to have catalogs.
I remember there being, I used to buy porn on video, and then when I went to university and I was 22 or something like that, they used to keep on sending me the catalogs because I bought a couple of videos years ago, and I used to keep them, and they were just like little pictures of scenes from the movies they were trying to. I never bought anything, but the catalogs once a month, that was a big day, and it was free, and I was broke. I was fucking happy over that. I always used to keep my roommate one catalog behind, so he would get the new month's one after I got my new month's one. And
it's funny that what you would want then, to see naked girls, to look at naked girls, that people would deny that of you. They say you're not ready for that yet. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's about protecting kids. But clearly you have these sexual crazy urges, and everyone's just in denial about it. Nope, you're only 16. You can't buy a Playboy. You can't even buy a Playboy when you're 16. You can't even just let me see a little titty. I don't even need to see a vagina. Yeah. Can I just see a leg?
But they put it in movies when you're 16. See, I've got to commend Britain.
No, well, you have to go with a person.
On page 3 of the newspapers, there's a topless girl.
Yeah,
just in the normal
always, right?
That's good.
But 16-year-olds can't go to the movies that show tits. Tits is not.
You
PG.
can. Something like Porky's has a bit of tit in it.
Isn't Porky's R? Wouldn't Porky's be R?
I think back then it was.
We in Australia call it M, which is 16 and up.
Yeah, maybe that is R. Yeah,
mature.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, but we have R. We have R as well, but mature is 16. Then R's 18.
There's 17, I think, is R. Isn't that it? And NC-17 is for you. No matter what, you can't even go with an adult unless you're 17.
My father's so deprived of being able to see tits, because my mum's such a big, hefty woman, and he just, but he's still like a horny sort of bloke, my dad, right? So when we were kids, if me and my two brothers were sitting watching, let's say the movie Labyrinth, we were watching a very innocent puppet-related film. All at once during the film, and he'd be in the house, we'd all go, "Oh, there! Look at those tits! Whoa!" Within seconds, my dad would just casually walk out and sit and watch the rest of the film with us. He'd come out and go, "What are you all watching?" Like this. And he'd go all the way through the film, and then he'd go, "Oh, yeah. I might watch the beginning of that film. I missed what happened in the beginning."
You had trolled him. Oh, that's hilarious. And you let him sit through the whole movie?
Yeah. So we'd all go off and play, and then he'd have to sit through the first 30 minutes again.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Just in the hope, because it was going to come. It's going to happen.
You guys should have filmed that. Yeah. That would make a hilarious short film.
Yeah.
Just explain it. And have them there with a time code.
Oh, we could
search it.
We could still do it now.
You should to this day. Oh, my dude. I could see it. It's filmed. The light of the TV is what's on him, right? A little time code in the bottom. Show him 10 minutes later, 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later, look at us. That could be hilarious. It could be hilarious if you explain it to the camera.
He found some porn magazines. I do a routine on this, but he found some porn magazines under my mother found some porn magazines under my bed, and she put them in the bin because that's like, I don't know, you know, you put them in the bin. And then she didn't say anything to me. She just let me off scot-free on it. She didn't, like, get angry or anything, so I felt like I got away with it. But my porn drawer was empty, right? And I worked at a news agency, so I used to collect them from the bins out the back of the news agency, so I had piles and piles of them. I was a paper boy, right? So I was in my dad's workbench, and I was hammering a nail down. I look under the bench, and there's all my porn magazines, but they're all dog-eared, and they're like lettuce leaf on them and stuff. Because what happened was my dad's got to take the bin to the end of the driveway on a Wednesday.
Right. He
He opened the garbage bin, saw all the porn. He recovered it all and took it off to his shed where he could masturbate. Right? So I collected it all back up, and I took it back to my drawer just because, you know, the circle of life, right? And my dad comes, I'm in the living room, he comes out and goes, Jim, he goes, were you in my garage? And I said, and I go, yeah. And he goes, you're not allowed those magazines. And I went, neither are you. And I was about 13 at this stage. I said, neither are you. And he went, can I have 4? Right? And there was an actual moment where I start with my dad, and I had a debate when I was 13 over, all right, you can have a Hustler, a Penthouse, a Playboy, you know.
Brian,
To
where's
this,
your phone?
it's not my phone. Is your phone?
Brian, you can't leave your phone by that thing. How many times do we have to tell you? Get that crazy zappity zap shit.
That
in my
makes
head.
airplanes crash, man. That
Yeah,
noise.
man. You can't leave that shit right by the MP3 player while you're getting texts.
Would you rather kiss Nancy Reagan on the lips or the tit?
You ready to record?
It's recording.
Oh, it is already? Yeah. What the fuck, son?